I have some home updates for y'all, and I'm very excited to share them. I have been thrifting up a storm, and I have purchased so many things, and I'm so excited to show y'all. If you've been watching my latest videos, I've been on a style change expedition. I've been looking for just some new things that aren't typically what I would go for, and I feel like I have found a lot of items that are exactly what I was going for, and I'm very excited. I got a lot of stuff at Goodwill because my friend Xander, hi Xander, got me a Goodwill gift card, and it's actually the best gift I've ever received. I have found so many items and I still have credit on the card. So best believe I will be going back shortly. I've also done a lot of rearranging in the living room specifically, and I'm kind of gonna narrate y'all through what I've done and then just show like B-roll of everything. For the updates, number one, I finally painted and added doors to the shelving unit that was right over here. It was there, now it's back here in the entryway, and it looks so much better. My dad made doors for it with just wood and cane, and then I painted it this color called Hay from Fair and Ball, and it's not Fair and Ball paint, it's Sherwin-Williams. I've talked about in videos before how you can color match Fair and Ball colors at the hardware store, so that's what I did, and it's like the perfect pale butter yellow color. I feel like butter yellow is really having its moment right now. It's everywhere, I feel like, in fashion and interiors, and I love it. I also think I'm not going to get tired of it because it's kind of a cream yellow. It's not like a bright yellow, and I just think it looks very nice in my opinion. I saw this picture Matilda Goad posted of this cabinet she had made that was in Hay, that paint color, and I just thought it looked so good. It literally looks like a stick of butter, and then with the cane added on it, I just thought it looked so good. I love cane. I actually have a little bit too much cane in our house right now. The chair I'm sitting on is cane, the chair back there is cane, and now that storage unit is cane. But hey, I like it. I feel like cane is a really nice element of texture in your home. I love mixing materials, and I think it just adds a little bit more interest to the space instead of just having plain wood. And then I got knobs for it from Amazon. They were like $2 and some change a piece. I think in that post Matilda Goad made, it was that yellow color with like a bronze knob. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I chose like a bronzy color for the knobs, and I really like them. And then on top of it, I have been messing around with how I want to style it, but I did find these amazing lamps from Goodwill. This is part of the haul. I'm going to kind of mix in my haul through the updates in this video, but they're these amazing contemporary silver lamps. The bases, they didn't have shades. I think it's a really good mix. It's almost, I don't know what era it is. It almost feels kind of 80s. And the cord that turns on the lamps had this ball at the end, but every time you walked past, that ball would hit the base and it would make the loudest like bell sound. So I took those off because it was driving me crazy. I think I'm gonna order wicker lampshades to put on top because I think that would be a really nice mix of textures and colors. I love the look of a contemporary lamp base with a fun kind of English traditional lampshade. I think that looks so good, so that's what I'm gonna do there. In one of my videos, I think it was my home decor wish list, I talked about wanting things covered in seashells, and I went to an antique store the other day with my husband, and I found this mirror and I lost it. It is a seashell covered mirror, and I am so obsessed with it. This is exactly what I've been looking for because I want to go into that like eclectic texture vibe. I mentioned all of this in that video. I'm just looking for more interesting pieces, and I'm actually obsessed with this. And then below it, I got that frame from Goodwill, and it had a piece of art in it that I just didn't love, so I took that out. And while I was at the antique mall, I found this stereo view card, which I don't know what year this is from. It's old, but you put them in these like glasses, kind of like VR, like old-fashioned VR. I'm sure you guys have seen these before. Little kids have them. You like click it and it changes the picture. But anyway, I saw that and I loved the yellow on it, and I thought it was the perfect size for this frame I had. So I put that in it and put it below the mirror, and I just love the way it looks. And then I think I might put two pieces of art on either side of the mirror. I'm not sure yet. Once I get the lampshades, I feel like that'll help me. I think I'm going to order them today probably. But I just think that whole area looks so much better now. Eventually, right over here, we're going to get a desk. That's like the only thing we've asked for Christmas. So I think we're going to get a desk there, and then I'll do another update video on how I'm going to decorate that. But I also moved 2 pieces of furniture on either side of the fireplace. Before, it was that red metal IKEA shelving unit, and it never sat right with me. It always felt a little off. So I replaced it with the red like buffet, and then I moved that metal shelving unit to my son's room to put his books on it, and I'm gonna drill it to the wall so he doesn't yank it down. But my husband's parents came the other day and gave us this dresser, which I put right here, and they've had it for years, and it's so pretty. The drawers are a little broken, but I can fix that with my dad. It's like the perfect wood touch in the house I've been looking for, because I've wanted to get like a nice wood piece of furniture. I just didn't know what exactly, but I think these 2 like dressers and buffets kind of anchoring the fireplace just makes the space look so much more cohesive. Before, it kind of felt imbalanced, and just like I said, it never really felt right to me, but I think these make the space so much cozier, and they're weirdly enough the perfect fit for the wall size around the fireplace. I'm very happy with it, and on top of it I have 2 Elvis pieces of art. My husband and I are huge Elvis fans, and I was looking on eBay for vintage Elvis art because I had the one on the red buffet for a long time, a couple of years I think. I just switched out the frame, so I have that there, and then I wanted to get something else. So my husband and I were thrifting randomly one day, and I was just digging through this art, and I found this Elvis piece. I died. I'm obsessed with it. The olive green matte is incredible, and I love the kind of whimsical, weird style the drawing is in. As y'all know, I love like children's art and hand-drawn art. That's like my favorite genre. So I found this and I was just so excited because I love Elvis. And also my husband is convinced he's related to Elvis. And I'm not gonna say he's not, because you never know. But he does weirdly look like him, but kind of love that for me. Those will probably not stay there. I want them to be intentional, and I don't want to separate them too far from each other, because I feel like if you came in here, you'd be like, why do you have so many pictures of Elvis? If they were like far apart and in random spots, if that makes sense. I want them to be kind of close together so it looks like it's on purpose. Emma Roberts has pictures of Joni Mitchell in her home above this like credenza, and that's exactly the look I'm going for, because it's kind of like a gallery wall. So anyway, I need to get a frame for the new one with the green mat, but I love it so much. I just love like weird stylistic versions of portraits, if that makes sense. I just thought it was so cool, and I think it's much more interesting than like a perfect realistic drawing. And then on top of that dresser, I just kind of styled it real quick. Also, the flowers on it right now are very much not alive, so don't mind that. But I've been getting really into like bigger floral arrangements, and I really want to get into like dried floral arrangements. I think that looks so good. The brand Bodhi does this a lot in their stores, and I just think it looks so good. And the other one, I have one of the frames I got. I have a ton of frames, which I'll show you, that I got. I literally lucked out one day. I went to Goodwill and I came home with so many frames. It was like Christmas morning. I was obsessed. But what I think I'm gonna do is maybe make some original art, because I love to draw and paint. So for my Etsy shop walkthrough, I think I'm gonna do some original art in the frames and then sell those. So keep an eye out for those. But I got some really, really fun frames. I'm very excited. But one of those frames I kept for myself, and it's a picture of my husband and my son Ozzy in it. I just think it's so cool. It's like weird wood grain. I also got this original piece of art that I am going to sell. It's a local artist. I think it's an old piece of art, maybe from the 80s or something. It was a Newport News artist. If you're from Virginia, shout out, because I am. And it was a Newport News artist, I think. But I love it so much, and I'm holding back from keeping it. But but I'm not going to because I want one of you to have it. I'm going to sell it on my shop because I'm going to redo it a little bit. By that I mean I painted the mat around it because it was like a gold, like a brushed gold mat, and I just didn't think it looked very good. It didn't aid the art in any way. And then I might get a different frame for it. But this piece is so cool, and I painted it in like a deep mustard yellow color, and it just looks so good. So hopefully one of you guys snags it. If not, I'm taking it. So now I have a bunch of art laying around that I need to find places for. Art is honestly really tricky for me. Like, I have a lot of it, but I never really know where to put it. I kind of have a hard time doing that. But that's the fun part about art, is you can hang it up, take it down, fill in the nail hole. I'm not too precious about that, especially because we rent, you know, just get some spackle and cover it all up. But speaking of art, I got this oil painting, and if you follow me on Instagram, my walkthrough Instagram, I kind of post like daily updates of like stuff I buy. So if you want to be in the know before I make a video, just a little tidbit if you want that. But I posted about this, and I think it was like $32, which I thought for an original oil painting was really good. So I was very excited about that. And it's just of a woman like sunbathing, and I love stuff like that. And I don't know where to put this. I was gonna put it in either our bathroom or our bedroom, but the color in our bathroom bedroom is this like pale pinky purple, and it looks too similar to what's in the painting, so it kind of is, there's not enough contrast. So I'll have to find a place for that. I'm kind of gonna play around with it, but I just love an original art piece so much. By the way, I went to West End Antiques. If you're in Richmond, that's a really good place. There's this booth like all original art, and I found it in there. And while I was there, I also found a book that's been on my wish list. Let me go grab it for you. So I've been wanting this book. I found it on, I think, Etsy or eBay, and it's this American Family Style. And it's just a bunch of images of like classic kind of Cape Cod American style, but I love getting stuff like this because it just has great examples of styling. And I feel like sometimes, because of the way trends work, it can seem like the way something is styled is like so brand new, but then you get old books like this and you realize that that's just kind of like the way it's been done forever, if that makes sense. I love researching interiors and how people have been decorating their spaces for eons. It's funny because a lot of the stuff I pin on Pinterest is like similar to this. It's just kind of classic styling. I don't know. It's nice to have a reference point like this where you can look back at how people, like I said, have been styling their homes forever. So anyway, I found this and it was like $5. I've been trying to get into vintage books more instead of ones on like Amazon, even though those are great. I kind of want to get into really old kind of coffee table books and just do my own research that's not Pinterest, even though Pinterest is great. I think it's nice to have other forms of inspiration, so this is definitely something I've been looking into. And I also found these two books. One of them I had to get because it says Aussie and my son's name is Aussie. This is called Aussie in the 19th of April. And I just thought that was so cute. It's super old, but I just thought it was so cute and I want to put it in his room somewhere. And then I found this old book, The Northwest Mounted Police. And this is just like a little kid's book from 1941. And I just thought that was so cool. So yeah, I love stuff like that. And I also have been really into wooden bowls. So I've purchased a few of those while I've been thrifting. And this is a really fun way to add wood in your house. If you're someone like me who before I was like, yeah, I don't really like wood, but then I realized like you gotta have a little wood in your home. I feel like it makes a big difference. So just having like a saucer to put a candle on, I've been doing that and I think it looks so good. And then I use it in my kitchen to hold our Nespresso pods. Love that. I also got this metal canister and it looks kind of like an onion, but I love that. And I put our tea in it I got that at Goodwill the other day and I thought it was so cool because it mixes that like contemporary vibe with the vintage wood bowl. And then I redid our bookshelf. I kind of reorganized and redecorated. And my husband brought home some art pieces from his shop, Pay. He has a coffee shop called Pay. And they recently completely redid it. So he brought home some art that was in there. And I love those pieces. They're vintage. There's one of a sailor and there's one of a ship. And I just think that looks so good. And then I have some thrifted pieces on there as well, like a wood bowl. I also redid this little area right here with the lamp. I hung up that beach oil painting I mentioned, I think a couple videos ago. And then below it, I used one of the frames I got that lucky day at Goodwill, and I put in this vintage drawing from the 40s, which is just so cool. I found that randomly one day. I guess someone in the Navy doodled on a notebook page. I just found it in an antique store and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. So I framed it in this like chartreuse frame. And I hung that below the beach scene. And then I redid the top of that table because that table I also got at Goodwill a while ago, but it's very busy and I didn't want to take away from it. I feel like the things that were on that table before were kind of fighting with the graphics on the table since it's hand painted. So I redid it and just put that clamshell and some matchboxes and then a little wood element with a candle and stuff like that. And I think it looks much better. Eventually, I might change the lamp. I feel like it's a little too skinny. I don't know. I think it might look better elsewhere, but for now it's fine. I don't know. So basically, I've just been rearranging the house a lot. I got a lot of new stuff from thrift stores, a lot of frames, a lot of stuff like that, some stuff to sell. So look out for my Etsy shop. I'm adding stuff soon. I also just added this post-modern tea kettle. Someone please buy it or else I will keep it because it is very cool. I also wanted to show y'all this little vase, or it's a pot, I think, I got from Goodwill, and I put some colored pencils in it. And I think it's very cute. Eventually, when we get a desk, I'm gonna plop this on it. But I loved how it's like speckled and it has this wide brim and then a small base. Thought that was very cute. And I cannot wait to have a desk. We desperately need one. So anyways, thought I'd show you that. I'm pretty happy with the way things have been changing around here. I feel like the added element of the new dresser and that buffet on the sides of the fireplace kind of rounds out the space and makes it look more cohesive. So yeah, I'm kind of just trying to make the space more cohesive. I feel like it really does take an entire year of you living in a space for it to feel done in any way. At least for me it does. It just takes time. Like all the stuff I've thrifted, I've had really good luck the past month. Like I've just found some amazing stuff, but that's not like super common. Yeah, it just takes time. And I feel like I'm finally getting to a place where I feel very good about our house. I think that's about it. And shout out to my friend Xander for the Goodwill gift card. You're the best. I just wanted to give y'all some updates. And again, if anyone has homes that they need help with, want a little consultation, shoot me a DM, please. And thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed my little updates. Okay, bye.